For the first time in my life, a Caucasian white lady called me the hard R, my nigga, because I didn't have no cigarettes to give her. Yo, it's your boy BJ from Bro. Welcome back to another reaction. We're about to get started. The bad ASS black soldiers that terrify white America by Black Stories Untold. Make sure y'all tune in and subscribe to their channel and subscribe to this channel. I can't lie, I haven't been on Twitch in a little while. I just going to work, coming home, eating, going to the gym, coming back home, eating, taking a shower, and coming on here to do one or two reactions and try to edit them a little bit and post so I can have them up by the next day. That's what I've been doing. That's my schedule as of right now. So I haven't really been having time to stream because I've been coming home and just doing this shit a little late, my nigga. But it is what it is. Still gonna get stuff done though. Hope y'all enjoy the vibes. Let's get into it.
It's the American frontier, 1866. White America had just survived a civil war that nearly tore the nation apart. They thought they could control what came next, including 4 million newly freed black people. They were wrong.
4 M's.
In July of that same year, something unprecedented happened. Congress authorized
It's kind of so crazy how after all these chat, and you know the other day some lady called me the hard R. For the first time in my life, a Caucasian white lady called me the hard R, man, because I didn't have no cigarettes to give her because I don't smoke cigarettes. I guess she was homeless or something, and she asked me for cigarettes, and because I said no, she said it's because you're hard R. That's why I don't have no cigarettes. And what I did didn't do nothing. I just laughed at her because you can't even afford to buy cigarettes. I couldn't afford to buy cigarettes if I wanted to. Like, I could go to the store right now and go buy 4 packs of cigarettes if I really wanted to, but I don't smoke cigarettes. So you're just mad because you can't afford cigarettes, you bum ass.
Of the first peacetime all-black army regiments. 6 regiments of armed, disciplined,
Buffalo
federally backed black
soldier.
soldiers. But these weren't just any military
Like
units. They were about to become one of the most feared and respected fighting forces in American history. Men who would earn a name that struck terror.
So what happened to them then? Like, what happened if they was the most fierce? Like, what happened to my strong black soldiers? Where did they go? We need them.
To the hearts of races across the frontier. The Plains tribes called them Buffalo Soldiers.
Buffalo
Warriors as fierce
soldier.
and unstoppable as the sacred buffalo. What happened next was so extraordinary.
Yo, chat. Be a buffalo. Don't be a cow. Buffaloes go through the storm. Cows run from it. If you got a lot of emotions going on, don't run from your emotions. Walk through them. Put them on your back and deal with them like a buffalo. Don't when you start feeling down, you try to run away and try to hide yourself and try to mask it. No, deal with your issues head on like a buffalo. Buffalo soldiers.
Ordinary that white officers would literally quit their commissions rather than command these men. These regiments were led by men like Charles Young and Henry Flipper, and they would accomplish something that had never been done before. Forcing racist America to respect black military excellence.
It's kind of crazy how, like, black people were like, it's kind of crazy how there's so much instances in history that literally shows us that black people can and have the ability to be strong when they're together. Whenever you hear back in the days, you always hear Black Panthers, you hear Buffalo Soldiers, you hear Civil Rights Movement. It's always a group of black people being strong, solving problems. Black Wall Street. It's always a group of black people, you know, just together doing something. And one of the main reasons why we can't do nothing right now is because there's no unity in the community. Literally. Everybody got beef. Everybody ops. Everybody scared of this, scared of that. Nobody want to mess with each other. Everybody got opinions of each other. Everybody hate on each other. Everybody moving fake with each other. It's a whole bunch of BS in the world now. Everybody they got people's brains is indoctrinated by whatever else is going on in the country, taking over. People not as strong. People weak. You know, it's like there's no unity in the community, bro. So like it's really hard and tougher to solve any of these social problems or economic problems because it's hard to. It's not impossible. Of course, not possible. It's just harder to get the group on the same wavelength to operate. Like, boom, we doing this. You feel what I'm trying to say? It's
This
a
is
lot
the
of fear
story
now. I think it's always been fear, but it feels like it's more fear now for some reason.
about soldiers who turned the uniform into a weapon of resistance. A story about black men who became America's first park rangers. In 1866, Congress creates the first peacetime all-black Army regiments, the 9th and 10th Cavalry, and the 24th and 25th Infantry. For black men,
It's kind of crazy. Cause I really didn't know that Buffalo. Like, I knew the Buffalo Soldiers was real, but I didn't know. I didn't know. Like, I'm learning right now. Like this. Like this is the Buffalo Soldiers. Like when Bob Marley said Buffalo Soldiers, like he's really talking about them. But he's probably also talking about. I would assume he's talking about them.
slavery, this was like hitting the lottery. Steady pay of $13 a month when most black folks were making pennies. 3 meals a day, a roof over your head.
$13 a month. That's what he was getting paid. It's crazy because $13 a month is probably like for $3,000 right now. If you read the 1866, $13 a month was probably like $3,000 or like at least $2,500. $13 back in the day. So it's kind of the same thing, right? It's of course it's gonna be more now, but it's definitely $13 a month. Like they just said, they was making pennies. So $13 a month is like, oh, we getting money and we eating. So it's a little different.
And something white America couldn't stand, respect that came with the uniform. These weren't just jobs. They were paths to dignity in a country that had spent centuries denying black people basic humanity. The Army offered structure, purpose, and most importantly, weapons, backed by federal authority for the first time. Imagine.
It's kind of crazy how hard people had to fight for us, just for me to be able to even go around, just me be able to do my job around other white people. Somebody had to really fight for that. Like niggas had to really put their life on the line just for me to be around white people. Like just for you to even talk, going to the same restaurants, going to the same schools, eat the same food, shop where they shop, vote, talk, walk, move, anywhere around them. Somebody really laid their life down on the line just so I can sit here on my laptop and do what I'm doing right now. It's crazy, bro. Like, just think about, like, yo, someone really had to go through hell and back just for me to work right now. Just for me to have a good job. Somebody was really out there fighting, putting their real pain behind me. They don't know who I was. They didn't even think about what they just trying to make stuff good for, people after them. And didn't even care if they had a pass away, go to jail, or none of that. They was like, yo, we doing this for the kids, for the next generation and generation and generation, to the point where, like, it's crazy. I'm sure if Martin Luther King or what's the other guy named Malcolm X could see, or people that was a part of that era could see, like, yo, like, we did all this stuff 200 plus, 100 plus years ago, and now I'm seeing these same people, the same kids, making tens of thousands of $1,000,000 by just talking on the internet, making tens of thousands of $1,000,000 by just being funny, making tens of thousands of $1,000,000 and having the ability to now teach these people that were oppressing us, or now they're over these people that was oppressing us. It's so crazy, bro, of how, like, far we've came. And, like, we've came very far, but we haven't gone far enough where we have some type of, like, real substance or something. Like, we are the people with everything, I would say, but we just still somehow stay in this low vibrational as a whole. Of course, there's people, and a lot of people who are, have the frequency of love, strength, and no fear and things of that nature. But as a whole, we still are stuck in that poverty mindset, that survival mindset, that fear mindset where a lot you're just gonna be stuck where you at until people change it up. You know what I'm trying to say? And all I wanna say is shout my nigga Young Don Reacts. I've been watching Mad Young Don Reacts, and he's really inspired me to let's open my palette to YouTube videos I watch and open my brain up to new things. Shout my nigga Young Don Reacts. No cap. That's a W nigga right there. He even inspired me to start doing reactions again. Shout my nigga Young Don.
Black men could walk tall, armed, and legally protected. But white America was not having it. White officers literally quit rather than command black troops. Some took demotions just to avoid leading these regiments. George Armstrong Custer, yeah, that Custer, refused to command black soldiers even though it cost him a promotion. The Army responded by sending these black regiments to the absolute worst, most dangerous, most isolated posts they could find. The Wild West frontier, where survival wasn't guaranteed
Wild West.
and backup was days away. They got the worst equipment, leftover Civil War gear that was falling apart. Their horses were broken down. Their saddles barely fit.
And watch, still somehow they still was super strong no matter all that. Cause people think that when you got a little, you gonna stay there. But once your brain is strong, bro. Once your brain is strong, somebody could give you a penny, you make 100,000 out of it. Somebody could give you a rock and you make fire, nigga. Somebody could give you a piece of paper and you find some way to use it damn, what way I want to use it. You find a way to use it into a certain way where it can help you or help people around you with a little piece of paper. Like, you feel what I'm trying to say? So it's not about what you got. It's about what's up here, bro. Because you could have nothing and make something out of nothing. You feel what I'm trying to say? Literally. Like people in jail. They don't have much, but they still find a way to still live life, eat good food, be strong, and just overall have a better mental when they coming out. You feel me? It's all up here, bro.
Commanding officers wrote angry letters about how these men were being set up to fail with trash equipment. The message was clear. We'll give you this opportunity, but we'll make damn sure you
Make damn sure you fail at it. That's like the perfect way to put it.
fail at it. These soldiers had a choice. Prove the racist right by failing, or do something that would shake white America to its core. By the way, if you're enjoying the content so far, it would mean the world to me if you were to hit that subscribe button down below. I'm trying to spread these black stories to everyone, and I want each and every one of you to help out. Now, back to the video. Buffalo soldiers chose excellence as their weapon. Here's a stat that probably made racist heads explode. Buffalo soldiers had lower desertion rates than white troops, lower court-martial rates too. Despite being treated like dirt, they stayed disciplined and professional.
Discipline is the key to all things, bro. Discipline will get you far in life. Look at the other day, the white lady called me a hard R. If I wasn't disciplined, I would have punched her in the back of her head and I'd be in jail somewhere. You feel me? If I didn't stand on my morals and be disciplined in what I believe in and then discipline over my emotions and the things I do every day to make sure I'm good. If I didn't have no discipline and no understanding and no emotional control or stability, I could have easily crashed out. Who you talking to? Watch your mouth. Boom. Like I'm sure many people would have. But because I know what I got to lose and I'm disciplined in the things I do and how I move and how my brain works. You feel me? So discipline is always good to be disciplined, bro. It's definitely not the easiest thing to do, but once you learn to master it or learn to control it, you go a long way.
They earned 18 Medals of Honor,
18.
the highest military honor in
was going
America,
crazy.
given to black men that society said weren't even fully human. They protected mail routes through hostile territory when everyone else said it was impossible. They built roads, escorted settlers, and fought off raiders. They did jobs that white regiments failed at or refused to do.
With bad
Every
equipment.
victory, every mission.
Mind you, with bad equipment and bad horses and no good leadership. Just them on there thugging.
Completed. Every life saved was a middle finger to everyone who said black men couldn't be real soldiers. Their excellence wasn't just professional, it was revolutionary. Every time they succeeded where others failed, they destroyed another piece of the racist mythology that justified their oppression. But their success started earning them
Bro, I
something
really
even.
wonder, like, why do niggas hate us so? Why do niggas hate? Why do we get so much hate from these niggas? Like, why? Like, why was we just so hated? like that shit is crazy. Like, I really want to talk to a person that's like the R word and really understand, like, why, what has a person done to you of color, of not of color, but of brown person, melanated black person, whatever you want to call them. What have they specifically done to you for you to hold up so much hatred in your heart for them, for us? You feel me? Like, what? Like, what have we done to you?
More dangerous than respect. Native American tribes they fought against respected them so much, they gave them the name Buffalo Soldiers. In Plains Indian culture, the buffalo was sacred, powerful, nearly impossible to kill. That name was respect from warriors who knew courage when they saw it. Buffalo soldiers became America's first park rangers at Yosemite, Sequoia, and what's now Kings Canyon National Park. They built trails, fought wildfires, stopped poachers, and protected the wilderness. They were stewarding America's natural treasures before the national park.
The National Park Association is pulled up. The park rangers, but they was park rangers too, right? That's what you said early in the video.
Park Service even existed. Captain Charles Young became the first black superintendent of a national park. So competent that even racist America couldn't deny his abilities. They weren't just soldiers anymore. They were symbols. Proof that black excellence couldn't be contained. Couldn't be hidden.
I like the way this guy makes his video. And like his voice is like perfect. Like he'll be an amazing voice actor.
Couldn't be denied. But that's exactly what made them so dangerous to white supremacy. In 1906, Brownsville, Texas, black soldiers from the 25th Infantry are stationed at Fort Brown. The white townspeople hate having disciplined armed black men nearby. One night, shots are fired in town. One white man is killed, another wounded. Immediately, and I mean immediately, the white townspeople blame the black soldiers. No investigation, no evidence, no trial. President Theodore Roosevelt, the same guy who supposedly believed in American values, dishonorably discharged 167 black soldiers overnight.
167 because of he say, she say. This has been going on. This has been going on for hundreds of years. This he say, she say, you go to jail with not enough proof because this happened, has been going on for years. Hundreds plus of years.
Without a trial.
Nigga said no trial, no evidence because the white people said you did it, you did it.
Evidence. Without basic justice.
It's still going on to this day.
167 men. Some with 20 years of service. Some with medals for bravery. All destroyed by presidential racism with the stroke of a pen. The message was crystal clear. It didn't matter how well you served, how bravely you fought, or how loyal you were. In racist America, you were still a black man first.
It's like a job. Same thing as jobs. I recently started working at a job as an adult. I know I've been entrepreneuring it since I was like 18 and really just on the ground. You feel me? So I finally had to get a job for of course reasons, nigga, money. So, and I've really realized that jobs, no matter how good of a worker you are, unless you have like a skilled, like a trade, then it really matters. But once you have a regular 9 to 5, it don't matter how good of a worker you are. It don't matter how respectful you are, how professional you are. Them niggas will pack your ass up. Pack your ass clean up. Does not matter. You know what I'm trying to say? You not getting no special treatment. You might even get hated on the better you are. which is crazy. The more you stand out, the more people hate you. Even though you're not trying to stand out, you're just being yourself. But it's just like that's how life works.
That made you guilty until proven innocent. If the system would betray even its most loyal servants, black communities had to find new ways to fight back. Enter Charles Young, a man so competent that racist America had to conspire to stop him. Young was only the third black graduate of West Point, and from day one, he was marked as dangerous, not because he was violent, but because he was brilliant. Young served with distinction everywhere they sent him. He was a natural leader, spoke multiple languages, and had a mind for strategy that impressed even his racist colleagues. He advocated for his black troops, fought for better conditions, and refused to bow down to white supremacist expectations. When black soldiers had a problem, they had an advocate. When the military tried to hide their achievements, Young made sure they got recognition. He represented something terrifying to white supremacy. A black man who couldn't be intimidated, couldn't be bought, and couldn't be ignored. But when World War I started,
it's crazy how nowadays there's so much black people that has been bought and that are intimidated by these white people. Especially when they get up in the ranks and they start getting that money. All them rich black folk, when they start getting up in them ranks, they keep that mouth shut.
Young was about to cross a line that white America would never allow. Charles Young was in line to become the highest-ranking black officer in American history, potentially commanding white troops. And white America lost its absolute mind. They forced him into retirement under fake medical claims, said he had high blood pressure and couldn't serve. You know what Young did? He rode his horse 500 miles from Ohio to Washington, D.C.
500 miles at age 54?
500 miles on horseback.
You understand it. When I drive to go pick up my son, I drive 60 miles. And it takes an hour and a half to hour 45 minutes to drive 60 miles. And I'm driving a car. 60 miles. I just said you. 60 miles is an hour and a half to hour and 45 minutes. This nigga rode his freaking horse 500 miles. I can't even imagine driving my car that far. That's like a 500 miles is like, it's like a 16-hour trip probably? Or a day trip? Driving?
55, just to call out their obvious lie. This wasn't about...
Nah, that's crazy. This wasn't about no health issue. Y'all just know I was super strong. Y'all had to pat me up. That's all it was.
Wasn't about his health. This was about making sure no black man ever got too much power in the American military. Young had become too competent, too respected, too dangerous to white supremacy. They would rather weaken their own military than let a black man command white soldiers. Young's dramatic protest became something bigger than one man's career. Young's 500-mile horseback ride became a symbol of resistance that echoed across black America. The black press covered it extensively. The NAACP rallied support. Black communities across the country saw what was happening. If they could do this to Charles Young, a West Point graduate with an impeccable record,
anybody.
They could do it to anyone.
Literally.
Buffalo soldiers weren't just individual soldiers anymore. They had become symbols of black pride and possibility. When they rode into a town, black folks saw what they could become. Disciplined, respected, armed, and unafraid. And white racists saw
not armed and unafraid. They was armed and dangerous. Nigga, stop playing with the boys. Them boy, unafraid. Dangerous, nigga.
Worst nightmare. Black men with power who couldn't be lynched or intimidated. There are records of black communities writing to the War Department,
this is so cool, bro,
begging for Buffalo soldiers to be stationed nearby because they knew these men would protect them when no one else would. But
I remember when I think they had like a I don't know what it's called. It was like a black militia that was like going around protecting the black communities, and I forgot what they was called. But they had on a whole suit. They had the suits. They had the guns. They was like walking around neighborhoods. Like I don't know what their name, but I remember seeing that before. Like they had full like bulletproof vests, boots, and they had guns, big boy guns, like protecting the communities. Like we need them niggas back for a fact, because not only protect the community from outsiders, but protect the community from inside stop the internal war in the community. Cause a part of the biggest issues is the internal war in the community.
Had other plans for these soldiers, plans that would test their moral compass. The same government that betrayed Buffalo Soldiers at home sent them to enforce American imperialism abroad. In the Philippines, they fought to suppress Filipino independence fighters. Against native tribes, they enforced the government's westward expansion that displaced indigenous peoples from their ancestral lands. Buffalo Soldiers found themselves in the impossible position of oppressing.
It's kind of crazy how a lot of the time the only reason why white people are ahead is because they just use their brains. They're not stronger, faster, or like have more natural skills or genetically blessed. They just use their brains. That's they use their brains, and they're always in a unit. Like once one white person believes something, they have a million niggas that believe that right behind them, and they will do whatever behind that. You feel me? They done came over here and took over every goddamn thing. You feel me?
Oppressed peoples.
And I don't got no beef with white people either. I don't got no beef with white people. I don't got no problem with white people. Like I don't got no problem with them. I've only had one bad experience with a white person, and that was literally the other day. I work around white niggas all the time. They're cool people. They don't bother me. I don't have no issues with them. But we can't ignore the facts that a lot of them are very not the best and or bad people. Or the all word. But, also a lot of them are very good people. You know what I'm trying to say? So you can't say like, you feel me?
Reality of how systems of power work. They'll use one marginalized group to control another. These men, who knew oppression intimately, were being used as tools of someone else's oppression. But here's what's remarkable. Some Buffalo Soldiers recognized this contradiction. In the Philippines, more black soldiers deserted to join Filipino rebels than from any other American units. They understood oppression when they saw it, because all lived it every day. Even when used as tools of empire, some chose resistance over complicity. Despite the betrayals, the contradictions, and the systematic racism, Buffalo Soldiers carved out space for black excellence inside a system designed to destroy them. Every promotion, every medal, every act of courage was a crack in the wall of white supremacy. They proved that excellence could be a form of resistance. They showed that dignity couldn't.
And that's why they don't like to see, when them people getting that money and they doing good. They like to hear when people getting that money and promoting that violence. They only like promoting the good shit. They don't like when you get money and promoting your life and being positive. They want you to promote that drill music. You feel me?
Be taken away, only given up. They demonstrated that armed, disciplined black men were not a threat to democracy, not were democracy's greatest defenders. These men didn't just wear the uniform. They redefined what it meant to be an American soldier. They served the country that hated them and fought enemies foreign and domestic, including the racism within their own ranks. Their legacy became proof that black Americans could serve with distinction while fighting the very system that oppressed them. The Buffalo Soldiers fought every enemy America sent them against, and the enemy America refused to admit existed: racism itself. They scared racist America because they showed what black people could accomplish.
One of the biggest enemies in America is that right there.
Armed, disciplined, unbreakable.
One of the biggest enemies, if not the biggest.
Their service laid the groundwork for military integration, civil rights progress, and every black person who would wear the uniform after them. They proved that black excellence couldn't be denied, no matter how hard white supremacy tried to suppress it. So the next time someone tries to tell you that black people didn't contribute to American history, remind them about the Buffalo Soldiers, men who turned oppression into opportunity, uniforms into weapons of resistance, and fear into respect. They were badass black soldiers who terrified white America by refusing to be anything less than excellent. And in doing so, they changed what it meant to be both black and American forever.
Man, that's cool, man. You see, and things like this give people strength to know that, like, yo, we really was something before. Because some people think that we was always on the bottom. Like people really think that, like, but there's a point in time where we had real strength in numbers, and we had real power and real discipline and real money and real unity in our community. You feel what I'm trying to say? But and we could definitely get it back, but all it takes everybody, putting putting in the effort. You feel what I'm trying to say? But overall, great video. That was amazing. Shout out my boy Black Stories Untold. Hope you enjoyed the video. Your boy out. This is crazy how this is a 30-minute video to a 12-minute reaction.